As an educator, when I think about honesty and dishonesty among my students, mainly high school students, it brings up a lot of questions. Questions about motivation. What would motivate a teen to be dishonest? What can we as educators do about it? And what about my own honesty when I'm thinking about my students? Am I being honest with them at all times the way I want them to be with me? Ultimately, high school students are trying to figure out their identities. Who are they? Who are they going to be as they enter the next stage of their lives? So when it comes to things like honesty and dishonesty, how these things are dealt with and what, if any, consequences are given can really be shaping for how teens see themselves for the rest of their lives. So when it comes to dealing with dishonesty, I think what's so important is to emphasize to teens consequences in such a way that our opinions of them as people and their opinions of themselves, their self-esteem, are not dependent on just one action. There should be consequences, but not at the expense of an entire relationship. A key part of honesty is respect. When Dan Ariely shared the anecdote about how the people in an experiment who felt like they were being disrespected by the experimenter were less likely to be honest about the money, it made me think about how, in order for people to be honest, they need to feel like they have been respected. And for teens in particular, respect is key. If they don't think that they're being respected by a teacher or other adult authority figure, they don't necessarily feel inclined to be respectful in return and to be honest. It's a two-way street and is about the relationships that we foster with our learners. So I think that's the key. Build a respectful relationship between all of the different elements of the learning environment, between the educator and the students and each other, so they won't feel inclined to be dishonest with their peers or to cheat off of them, and between the students and the content itself, so they respect the process as well as the outcome.